Good morning from Australia, early Sunday morning, Australia. Thanks for taking the time to join us this morning. Firstly, we'd like to welcome you to our first international virtual workshop. I'm Ari, the owner of FMG. This is Pauline, she's International Head Judge and also Vice President. We'd like to thank you all for your support and trust in coming to FMG and supporting us.
And trusting us that we're going to do the right thing by you, the competitors.
And we promise we will create something special for you, an organisation made for you, the athlete, where we put you first and make sure you enjoy every experience.
The whole experience.
Yeah,
you put so much work into prepping for a show. We want everything to be amazing and supportive, and that's what's really important to us.
We've had a great start for our first year. You know, we've got shows in Sydney, Dallas, London, LA, Gold Coast, Dubai, Cancun, and Bali, with loads more coming next year. So stay tuned. It's worldwide domination.
Getting bigger and bigger each year.
Also, we'll have the first FMG World Championships here on the sunny Gold Coast in September next year.
Yes.
So
2025.
Be something to look forward to.
Yes, and we will cover a little bit of information about that at the end of the workshop.
So now I'd like to introduce you to our fantastic partners from around the world. So firstly, in the US, we have Stephen Kerry.
Hey, everyone.
Hello, everyone. It's honestly an honor to be here.
In London, we have,
No, guys, I was just going to say it's an honor to be here. It's honestly a blessing that you guys are going worldwide. So Ari and Pauline, thank you so much. And hello, everyone from globally, worldwide.
Excellent. Thanks, guys. In London, we have Renata and Alex.
Hey guys, I'm Alex. Myself and Renata will be hosting the first ever London FMG show in August 17th. Pauline and Ari, it's an honor and a privilege to be part of the brand, and I'm really excited to host everybody here in London in August.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex. In Dubai, we have Toby, Alicia, and Christos.
Oh, sorry. One sec.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Hi, everyone. We're excited to bring our show to Dubai. We're going to be holding it at a huge fitness expo, Dubai Muscle Show. So it's a great chance to be seen by thousands of attendees and hundreds of exhibiting companies there, and then have an awesome vacation in Dubai.
Hope to see you all at the expo.
Mexico, we have JJ and Michelle.
Hey, everyone. As everyone said, thank you so much, Ari and Pauline, for having this worldwide seminar. We're going to be hosting, the Cancun/Playa del Carmen show. It's going to also be like a great destination show for sure. And we are looking forward to see you all there.
Awesome. And Bali, we have Jake, Alicia, and Dan.
Hello.
Hey everybody, we're excited to bring you this, and thank you to Pauline and Ari for blowing this up internationally in such a short period of time.
We're super excited. It's going to be at the NPC Centre in Nusa Dua in Bali, which is really close to the airport. We are super excited.
Brilliant. As everyone can see, we've got a phenomenal team worldwide already, and all the shows are going to be stacked. And
there's lots of excitement, and we can't wait for the whole world to see what we've been working on behind the scenes and bringing this great experience to everyone worldwide.
Once again, thanks again for taking the time to watch this seminar. We really appreciate all of you. And thanks for choosing FMG. And I'll pass the workshop on to now Pauline and a couple of our phenomenal pros. And thank you, good luck, and I hope to see you at one of the shows soon.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, so I am here with some of our awesome pros who are going to take you through pretty much everything you need to know from now right through to the show. Registration, post-show, we're going to cover a lot of information. So I'll just get the pros to introduce themselves.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashley Colcard and I'm a 4-time world champion. And I'm really excited to be here with you guys today to share as much knowledge and experience as I possibly can to get you guys to the stage. Good seeing you all.
Very exciting. And my name is Tani Sheehan, and I am the 2-time Bikini Pro Australian champion. I'm also very proud to be a part of the FMG Federation. And as a posing coach, I can't wait to be able to help share a lot of my tips to help you feel your best when you're on the stage.
I'm Blake Sinclair. I am not yet a champion, but I'm here nonetheless.
You're a pro.
But I am a pro. So I look forward to competing against some of you and meeting you all backstage at the shows.
My name's Liam Vernon, 2 times Australian fitness champion, and just excited to be here and share all my thoughts and tips for getting on stage.
Amazing. So today we're going to run through our online registration process, booking hair and makeup and tanning, media night and competitive meeting, show day prejudging, as well as show day final show, awards and pro status. We're going to run through all our categories and the descriptions, posing and post show, as well as our non-competing pro obligations on show day and media night, and important information about pro athletes Worlds 2025.
Yay! Whoa. Okay, so let's get started. So we'll start back at registration online. So for those people that haven't competed in Australia, this is all totally new for you. So we've already got the Dallas registrations are open. They do close in 1 week's time. So if you're waiting to register, please jump on and register as soon as possible. We've got the UK has just opened their registration. We try and get registration open approximately 10 weeks before the show. Obviously, when it's a first show in a new location, we've got a lot of back end systems that we've got to set up, but we do announce on all of our socials once it's open. We try and open it that sort of 8 to 10 weeks before. So please stay tuned for registrations opening. So when you register online, you will enter all your information at that time. So you'll give your name, your email, what category you're doing, your height. It's really important that you double check you're entering the correct email so that you do receive all notifications from us. Double check what category you're registering for. Also your height. If there's going to be so many bikini competitors that we did have to break it up into heights, it's important that you enter your correct height at the time of registering. And you will also register, when you're registering online, you'll enter your information for your competitor bio. So this is what our MC will use while you're on stage to speak about you. So keeping it short and sweet is best because they can't always read the whole bio that you give. But if there's something really interesting you want to say, someone you want to thank, please give that information at that time and that will be said on stage if we can. If you're a transformation competitor, this is where you'll put your dot points of your major achievements. For example, something you overcame or an amount of weight you lost, that's what you will put in that bio section. And then you also have the opportunity to add on your official photo and video package at that time of registering. Now, you don't have to do that all at once. You can go online and just register for your one category and then come back and add on an extra category as long as it's before registration closes. And then even post-show, you can go online on our extras page. Add on, obviously, before the show, you can add on categories. And post-show, you can always order your photos and videos post-show. So it doesn't even matter if it's 8 months later, 2 years later, you can go back and order personalised videos and photos post-show. So don't stress about getting that all done at once as long as your registration is in 1 week before the show. The reason why we do close it 1 week before the show is that gives us the peak week to get all your bios printed out. So when you turn up at the media night, you don't have to fill out any forms when you arrive. Everything is done for you. We also prepare all the judging sheets. So we need to close it off that 1 week before. So we've got time to do all that back end paperwork. please check your spam folders. So once you do complete your online registration, you will receive an email confirming what you've registered for. And then we will also send you a second email that has got all of your information that you need, such as a competitor guide. It's got the floor plans for the show. It tells you about the morning show, the evening show. It's got the links to tanning. Everything you need to know will be in that email. And we, if you don't receive it, please also reach out to us so we can resend it to you. But make sure you're checking your spam folders. Tanning. So it is compulsory to use the FMG tanning service, which is provided by Fusion Tans, and it is the same tanning company worldwide. So we've got a consistent finish worldwide. And the reason why we do have this as a compulsory thing is we want everyone to have the same quality finish on stage. So we don't want some people looking more shiny and oily and some people looking more matte. It keeps it consistent across the board. Now, the tanning guys have been working really hard to look at just pinpointing the tanning so it's working best for you. So at the time of booking your tan, you will fill out an online questionnaire about your skin type, what sort of colouring you are to start with. So someone who's quite pale as opposed to someone who's more olive skinned, that they will adjust the tanning that you need for your show day tan. So the tans are applied for a Saturday show. The base tans are applied on a Thursday and Friday before a show. And obviously for the Dallas show, the show is on a Sunday, so the tans will be on the Friday and Saturday for that show. So you can book your tanning as early as possible. All the tanning links are live, so you can book well ahead of time. And also there is tanning products available for you to purchase as well. So we recommend that you don't mix products. So if you're quite pale skinned and want to build up a bit of a base tan before getting your official base tan, please don't mix tanning products because they often don't work well together and you can get a bit of a
or like a green tinge on stage. If you do use like Bondo or something prior, just make sure the body is completely clear of like all tanning. And the base primer that we have is an absolutely beautiful primer. So you can start literally applying it a few days before and use it for all your photo shoots as well. It is a beautiful tan for those photo shoot experiences. So I highly recommend getting that.
With the guys, try to avoid the stick deodorant, like because it takes the stick.
The roll on.
Yeah, because it really takes a long time to get out of your pores, and when that hits the tan, it goes like green. Just try to avoid that for that peak week and all that until after the show. So.
And ladies, same thing. It's not worth it. Like everyone's smelling, but you're all just smelling together. You'd rather that than put your arm up and have a big green patch.
Yeah, it's horrible. There's only so much the tanning guys can do to that as well.
And so also, so your base tans are applied the 2 days prior to the show, and then the show day top coats are obviously applied on show morning. So for women, your top coat is applied 30 minutes before your hair and makeup appointment. So if your makeup is at 7 a.m., your top coat would get done at 6:30, and this is to ensure that everything blends and looks well together. So you don't want your face being quite pale and your body being quite dark. And the males are normally done a couple of hours before the show starts, so normally between 7 and 8:30, but you will get all confirmations from the tanning team confirming what times you need to be getting your top coats for the guys, and the girls it is 30 minutes before your show day hair and makeup. So any touch-ups between the morning preliminary show and the evening show are done backstage, and that is all complimentary. If you need a bit of a touch-up, you've smudged something, if you've gone and completely wrecked your tan, or you wanted to have a shower between the morning and night show, that is fine. You can book a full respray if that's what you wanted to do. But I think most people just go for a touch-up. I don't think anyone... Well, none of these guys have ever had to get a full respray, but if something goes wrong, you can always get a full respray. But normally a touch-up is all that we need to have done. Tips for show day, guys.
For me, for the ladies, if you are blonde, please make sure you wear a super heavy duty shower cap so that you are not accidentally tanning your hair, because as soon as that sits on your back, it's going to soak up in your hair. And the last thing you want, you've spent so long, getting your stage look together, the last thing you want is to have all of your photos and have orange tinges in the bottom of your hair.
What to wear, I guess, is just something that is loose fitting, so you don't want to have any strap lines or leg line. So just make sure you've got something on that's loose fitting. You can wear your show day robe, just as long as it's not branded. So just a plain silk robe is really good for the top coat tan as well.
Okay, so with the beauty team, so we do have a beauty team running everything for us. Now, this is optional for you. You don't have to use the beauty team, but they are there to make your show day easier. So what we want is everything to be convenient for you. So the makeup and the tanning is all in the same location. So it's just making it all easy for you. Making it all easy for you. We want to make this convenient for you, so we have it all together. The tanning team and the makeup team do work in together, so the timing's all organised. The makeup and beauty team are working with the backstage team to make sure that you're ready for stage on time, and we're doing it as a convenience for you, the competitor. It's not compulsory, but we do recommend it, and the links are on the website for those, and also on the individual Instagram pages as well.
And if you are using somebody who's not a part of the beauty services team, which is totally fine, please just make sure that they do understand that your makeup is not made to look beautiful close up. It is made to look beautiful on stage. And that does mean that it sometimes needs to be a little bit heavier to show well on stage as well.
Yeah, because something that you would have your makeup done to go out to lunch or dinner is not going to be enough under our stage lighting. So the hair and beauty team do understand that we need that particular look and what our lighting is like as well. Okay, so you've registered online, you've done all your bookings. We're going to move into the media night and competitor meeting, which is usually on the Friday night before the show. For the Texas show, it will be on the Saturday night of the show. So everything's ready for you before you arrive. You don't have to bring any paperwork. You don't have to fill anything out at the show. So please feel free to bring along your loved ones, your partner, your coach. We have everything set up so that you can get lots of photos. We have lots of media walls, red carpet opportunities. So bring your family and friends and enjoy this. This is a night for you to mingle and enjoy and get lots of photos.
So make sure you come dressed to impress. This is your night to shine. So partners, family, kids, make sure that you are absolutely looking at your best. It is a red carpet event, so like Pauline said, there is a lot of photo opportunities for you to get content, mingle with our pros. We are all there for you, so we are here to hype you, get photos, interviews, and just make this night as special as it can be for you as an athlete.
And you don't always realize at the time too, like you might be a little bit tired, you know, you're getting really close to show, but these are the memories that you look back on for years to come. So even if you don't feel like it in the moment, still make sure you go and introduce yourself to people and get pictures and get videos, because you will look back on those moments and cherish them.
You teach that media night, guys?
Yeah, the same thing, just get heaps of photos, like the same thing. You're always in your head all the time of like, do I look good enough? But yeah, like Maddie said, you're always going to look back on it and be proud of what you've achieved. So it's great memories, great for everything, yeah, so make sure you do that.
So also if you've had your base tan done before the media night, guys, just be aware of color.
Yeah, just do your best with the guys. Like, I know it's very hard to try and fit in those time slots with the tanning, but like it's the ideal scenario is to have your 8 hours before the media night, just so you can wash it off and you're not going to risk all your tan all over your suit during that night.
Or a duck.
Yeah.
That goes for females as well. So make sure, obviously, you're not wearing something that your tan can run off and destroy your dress. Also, just be mindful of how tight your dress is and where it's sitting, because you don't want to have any lines with that base tan as well. So just make sure you are prepared for that. It can be quite hot, so just be prepared that you might sweat. So just be really, really mindful of that situation with your dress.
So the locations for the media nights are posted on the web pages, and the information is also on the Instagram pages for each show. Media night starts at 5 p.m. So upon arrival, please head up to the check-in tables. So this is where you'll go up, let the people at the table know your name, and then you will receive your competitor envelope. So the competitor envelope contains the running order for the show the next day, your ID to get backstage, your ID pass, and also your competitor number. So this envelope, it is important to keep it in a very safe place because it does have your competitor number and we don't have doubles. So to keep your number safe, please keep it safe. We've had this happen before at shows where competitors receive their competitor envelopes and then they get gifts from the sponsor's gift bag and they pop their competitor envelope in the gift bag and then sat the gift bag down to get photos taken, and then someone else has grabbed thinking it's their bag and they've lost their number. So please, that little envelope that you do get at the check-in table, keep it in a very safe spot. Once you've checked in and grabbed your competitor envelope, this is now your time to enjoy. Take photos, get photos with your favourite pro. We have so many photo opportunities set up. Get the photos. We load them all onto our Instagram pages, the Facebook pages, so that you can download them and have them as memories to cherish. So if you see a camera, jump in front of it. We also have roaming interviews that will all go on our YouTube channel as well. So after everyone has had time to check in and then go and take photos, the competitor meeting starts at about 6:30. So please make sure by 6:30 that you have headed to the table and got your envelope by that time, so that everyone is seated for the meeting to start at 6:30. And we try and keep this as quick as possible, the meeting. We cover everything that's going to happen on show day. We know you're tired, we know you're hungry, we know you've got to get back to your room to do anything you need to do prior to the show the next day. But it's really important that everyone attends the meeting. All the tanning appointments run around that, so that if you have a tanning appointment right at the end of the meeting and you think you're going to be late for the tanning appointment, please don't stress. The tanning team are actually a part of the competitor meeting, so they know where you're going to be and that you're going to be a little bit late. So don't stress about that. We do try and have it finished by 7:30, and we have a question and answer if anyone's got some last minute questions before the show there.
So what to wear? So obviously it is a dress to impress. So no t-shirts, flip-flops, trackies, anything that's dandy. So think, first impressions, classy, glamour. We want to see your personality, so make sure you bring it out in your outfit. That's the biggest thing. This is for you, so dress you.
Yeah, and you're going to get so many great photos. And, you know, like we say, you put so much into your prep and then the show weekend goes by like that. So you want to have as many memories as possible. So this is your night to enjoy and mingle, and mingling with the other competitors is going to calm your nerves on show day. So from attending live workshops to being at hair and makeup and tanning, you're going to be mingling with other competitors, and then you've got the media night to mingle with both competing and non-competing pros and other competitors. So by the time you get backstage on show day, you've calmed a few nerves because you've met these people and talked to them. So it's all about creating this really good family and friendly community, and that's what's really important to us.
And a lot of the time, these people end up being your friends for life. Like, you meet so many amazing friends through competing. So just be open to the opportunity to go and meet somebody else who might be equally as scared as you.
So what to bring to media night? So obviously you need to be prepared. You are still an athlete at this point. You are competing the next day. So make sure you bring any food, water that you need to make sure you are prepared for that time period. It is allowed, and it is a necessity if that's something that you need to make sure that you're 100% ready for the next day. So just make sure you do that.
I think that's everything about media night and competitor meeting. Like I said, we do answer any questions, last minute questions that you do have regarding media. So show day, we'll move into show day. So tanning, hair and makeup starts very early. So we make sure that everyone is backstage in plenty of time for the morning show to start on time, which is why we try and wrap up the competitor meeting quite early. What to wear to the show venue and in the main areas, in the foyers.
So obviously this is something depending on the location. So make sure that you are dressed in something that is presentable. Make sure it is loose fitting because you will have your top coat on. No flip-flops or slides, sneakers, track pants. Just make sure you are dressed in something that is comfortable, that is presentable more than anything. Because remember, these show venues are theatres. There could be other events going on at that time. So, you know, a bikini with an oversized T-shirt just chucked on and a pair of thongs probably doesn't look good in that foyer area. Backstage, that's totally fine. But in any foyer areas, we need to be dressed appropriately for that venue because we always want to be invited back to host another show at that venue. With Backstage, we do have a rule of no team robes to be worn backstage. So no Team Asher, Team Tani,
robes backstage. The reason why we do this is we don't want small groups of teams, so that then someone who's there on their own and solo walks in and thinks, oh, I might not go in this dressing room, they're all team party girls, I don't want to encroach on their area. So please wear plain robes, unbranded robes with no team names on them, and it's just because we're one team backstage. We don't want little teams backstage. When we get backstage, we're all one team. So just a plain robe backstage once you're in the backstage period.
And that goes for when you're stepping from backstage to the crowd or out to the foyer. Make sure you pop that dress or those comfortable clothes back on your guy. Do you guys do that?
What do you want to show that?
What do you wear?
Oh, just really nice, like nice clothes, but just baggy, just to stop that tan from running. Pretty much, yeah, same
Yeah,
thing.
so once you step from backstage into that area again, just make sure you're not in your robes or your bikinis or your trunks, and you do have those clothes put back on.
So on show morning, and this all depends on the venue and our accessibility, we do try and have the stage open so that you can have a run through on stage, because you can practice your T-walk as much as you like in the lounge room. It is very different on the stage. Now, it's not a rehearsal. No one has to be there at a particular time. It is purely if you want to have a run through on stage and get a feel for the stage, please feel free to do that. The stage normally opens at around 8 a.m., around that sort of time, so you can come through and run through your T-walk on stage if you want, and that is fine to come down in your bikini or posing trunks for the guys, and it helps us up because we're finalising that lighting, so it actually helps us when we're marking up the floor to get that lighting just right that people are running through. Okay, so on show day, make sure you get your photos taken when you exit the stage. So we have a backstage photo area set up. It's really important, regardless of whether you purchased your photos or not, that you get those photos taken. The reason being, we have a white background set up. It's really good for using photos later on for our show posters. So you're under no obligation to purchase the photos, but please go and get those photos done. It's what we use for our marketing and our posters, because it's really good for us to be able to get people out from the background on that white background. So please get them done, and you have the option to order them later on. We have behind the scenes people backstage. We have photos, videos, we have pros roaming around doing interviews. If you see a camera, please jump in front of it, because this is all footage that we do use later on our social media pages. Backstage advice.
So the biggest thing is obviously just to have fun. It is such an incredible vibe backstage at all our shows. So just make sure that you have fun, you mingle, you get photos, you take photos with people that you might not know them, but you've seen them on Instagram, because this is where those connections happen. So just be in mind that it is a completely different environment, and it is just such a beautiful one that you'll make lifelong friends from. Obviously, the morning show is the part that you need to make sure that you are 100% doing everything that you need to do to make your best appearance on stage. So just make sure you're ticking all the boxes, you're in queue to when you need to be on stage, and prioritize that before all the social media. So just make sure you are listening and being mindful to when you need to step on stage, and just make sure you have all those dots ticked before all those fun activities happen.
On that note, pardon me, make sure you're prepared when you're backstage. It's obviously, like Asher said, the pre-show, the morning show is the most important part. You don't want to be forgetting things or being stressed out more than you already are. There's no family members backstage or coaches or anything, so it's difficult if you've forgotten things and come unprepared or left them in your hotel room. So just make sure leading up to this and being backstage, you've done everything you can to make this experience easy and enjoyable, not so you're forgetting things last minute, haven't brought something with you, or having to rely on other people there to borrow their things. It's already potentially a high stress environment, so just make it as easy as possible by having everything ready ahead of time.
Or find a prep buddy or a prep bestie that's doing your high category, so that you also have somebody else to rely on if for whatever reason you've gone to the bathroom, you've missed a call, or if you need some bikini bum tape or some hairspray, just so that you guys can really connect and help each other out too.
So backstage, we don't allow coaches or family and friends backstage, and the reason being for that is it's a very tight space backstage with a lot of competitors, and also it if you have your friends and family backstage, you are just going to be in your corner with your friends and family because of course, you are very nervous. So everyone is in the same situation backstage. You're all there solo on your own. So it brings us together as a team and forces you to connect and make friends and rely on the other people backstage. Now, our non-competing pros, they will be backstage on the day. So grab them for help. If you've had a last minute, you can't remember something that you've got to do on stage, ask the pros. They're there for you on the day. It is your day. It's all about you, the person competing. It's not about the non-competing pros, so they are there to help you. And we also have the team. So the team will have the big FMG event crew shirts on. So grab any of them, any questions. We want you to be stress-free on the day and enjoy the whole experience. So please ask for help if you need help, but no coaches backstage or family and friends. Of course, if you're going backstage and you've got stuff with you, some heavy thing, where by all means your friends and family can help you get your stuff backstage, but then they will need to leave the backstage area just so we can fit all of our athletes in. No outside photographers are permitted within any of the show theatres. We have our own media teams there who have all been approved by the venues. So, of course, your friends and family can grab your phone or in a small camera, take a photo of you on stage for your own content, but no long lens cameras are permitted in the venues, and the ushers will ask you to leave if you do have a long lens camera inside the venue. So with the morning show, so everyone's normally backstage by 9:30 a.m. The show does start on time at 10 a.m. The majority of judging is done at the morning show. So this is so important that you need to peak your physique for the morning show. Tips on
I guess this is like the biggest thing that we were talking about before, is just make sure that your pump up, you're peaking for that morning show, and try and keep all the content and stuff for after, because this is your priority, is that prejudging. You need to make sure that you are 100% prepared and you tick all those boxes. So that's the biggest thing, is just make sure you are on it. Until you step off that stage, then free for all. Embrace it.
And this is the really important time, and especially for guys that need to come in very, very conditioned, you need to hit that conditioning for the morning show. And we see it time and time again. Someone looks a little bit off at the morning show. They look a bit better at the night show, but you need to nail that conditioning. Everything you need to do, and ask your judges, your coaches, you need to be peaking for that morning show.
A word of advice for the morning show, because some of my clients always ask, like Pauline said, the majority of the judging is already done. If you come back in the evening show and you look substantially improved, but the person ahead of you is still potentially better, you're not going to really be shuffling up the placings. So don't try kooky things and experiment during the morning show. Like I tell my clients, I'll tell everyone here, it's worked up until now, don't change it. So many people get frustrated because they look better in the evening or they've tweaked something, but by that point, the majority of the judging's already done. You've had your opportunity to peak. You and your team or your coach should have already come prepared for that. So just come in, bring your best for the morning show. Imagine that's the only time where you're going to be actually critiqued against everyone else, and don't mess up this opportunity, because it could cost you placings. And like I said, the majority of the judging's already done. It's too late come the night show unless something drastic has happened.
Just stick to the plan too. Like, don't be put off because of the other competitors' plan, what they're eating and what they're doing. Like, I see a lot of guys are like, oh, why are you eating that? Or why are you doing this? And it plays with their head. Just stick to the game plan until the show's over. Then enjoy whatever you want to enjoy.
Okay, so for the morning show, females, you will be wearing your bikini for the morning show, and the males will be wearing their square cut trunks. All competitors on stage do an individual T-walk on stage before being called forward for individual quarter turns. Now, we're going to run through some posing tips later on in this workshop, but one thing to really remember is we do say with the T-walk, 2 poses plus a transition at each spot on the T-walk, because when you're on the T-walk, it's a quick preview for the judges to have a quick look at you. Yes, this person's right for this category, I want to see them again later. So at that point, the judges aren't scoring from 1 to 10 on their judging sheets because you're on stage on your own. It's only once you're called forward for the comparisons that the judges start marking their score sheet. So this is a runway. It's a runway show. So please don't hold up the T-walk by doing 4, 5, 6 poses in one spot on the T-walk, because it's not going to score you any extra points. We're not scoring you until you are lined up with everyone for the comparison for turns. So think shape and physique over performance. You know, it's not a dance show. It is a physique competition with a glamour aspect of it. 70% of the judging is your physique. So when you're posing, think, is this enhancing my physique? It's not about the person that's the most outrageous on stage and throwing their hair around the most. It's the person that's showing their body at the best angles. So one thing that we're really wanting to insist people to prioritise is when you're in the quarter turns, we will ask you at one point to face the judges, keeping your hips square to the judges. So it's really important when we ask that you're not continuously twisting from side to side, because like I said, the judges are scoring from 1 through to 10. It does take quite a bit of time. We need to be able to see every competitor's numbers. So if I'm sitting in the middle and a competitor on one end keeps twisting out to the side to their friends and family in the audience, I can't see your number, and it's very hard and holds up the judging. So when we ask you to face front, it is very important that we can see your numbers. I think, Tani, you're going to do some videos about
where your hips should face, so it makes it a little bit easier. And remember that you are in a front pose for a reason, whether you're male or female. We always want to twist to enhance our waist, to enhance our glutes. You need to make sure that when you are in a front pose, it's a front pose, not a side pose.
Another thing to remember is when we do call you forward for comparisons against other competitors, it is in no particular order. So if I call competitor number 120, 100, 110, it doesn't mean that that's first, second, and third place. I'm just calling you forward, trying to rearrange you so that I can see what competitors I want to compare side by side. None of the judges have scored at that time until you are all in a lineup. So just because you're the first competitor called forward, it doesn't mean you're in first place. And I often get people message me post-show saying, I was called forward third, but I ended up in 5th place after the show. What did I do wrong? It's not. It's I need to call some sort of order first, and then the judges will start scoring their score sheets. And then at the end of that category, those score sheets are all tallied up to get who the placings, the order of the placings. So don't get something stuck in your head. Oh, I was called forward 4th. I'm obviously 4th. You could end up in 1st place, even if you were the 4th person called forward. So just remember that, and never switch off your posing. When you're on stage, you're on for the whole time. So with the evening finals, the morning show normally finishes about 2:30. We try and get it wrapped up as early as possible. So once you've been on stage, you are free to leave the venue and go and do whatever you need to do. We ask that you are back at the venue for the night show at 4 p.m. And that is so we are ready to start the night show on time. So don't go and blow out the diet between the morning and the evening show. If it was very close through the morning prejudging, even though the majority of the scoring is done, there have been times when placings have changed at the night show. Obviously, you're not going to jump from 5th place to 1st place. I mean, no one's going to change their physique that much. But if it was very close and the judges were really stuck on a placing, it could change the placing at the night show. So please don't go and eat 3 pizzas between the morning and night show. The show's not over until it's over. The evening show opens with an opening gala where all competitors are on stage. So all competitors come out and do a gala walk on stage and form rows on the stage. We get an amazing shot with the photographers showing the full stage full of athletes, and then each row leads one row at a time. So the front row will wave for the photographers, exit the stage, everyone moves forward. The second row then waves for the photographers, exit the stage, and so on. So every row of competitors, whether you're at the back or the front, everyone gets their time to shine in front of the cameras. So at the evening show, so when you come out for the opening gala, you will be wearing your bikini or your square cut trunks. For bikini, what are the girls?
So for bikini and wellness, and bikini athletic, they will be in their bikini rounds for their first section on stage in the night show. Our figure and fitness girls will be in their theme wear for the first round, and for the second round they will be in their bikinis. Bikini athletic and wellness will be in their dresses for their second round of the night show, and our males are in their trunks.
With
all day.
And with our transformation competitors, they will be in their bikini or swimwear for the morning show, and then the night show they will be in their evening wear for the night show.
So I think it's really important, especially for our fitness and our figure girls, you are being presented, awarded in your bikini. So from morning until night, your last suit will be your bikini. So you need to make sure you are on the whole day, because if you walk away with that pro status, you do not want to be out of shape or anything for those photos. So that is your time. So girls, it is the biggest challenge as a fitness and figure competitor is you're on the whole day. So just make sure that you prioritize that as much as possible.
And the same goes for the guys, because now I'm sure everyone's very happy that there's no suit rounds. So you are getting awarded your trophies and your placings in your trunks. Your physique is on display for the entire show. Previously, I know a lot of people, including myself, would go backstage, enjoy themselves a little bit with some food, but now, you don't want to be looking ridiculous with a bloated gut or holding a bit of fluid or whatever when you are potentially presented a pro trophy and then getting a lot of photos done. You just got to always be on for the whole show. Like everyone said as well, you're an athlete, so you should be conducting yourself as one, and you've done all this preparation, whether it be 12, 16, 20 weeks. You don't want to look ridiculous because 1 hour before the end of the show, you decided to go eat as much food as you want or just do something crazy. And then you've got a lot of these photos which are with you forever that doesn't actually showcase your effort, your achievement. And then also they have potential marketing material and all these things which your photos could be used for. It's a wasted opportunity. So keep it together. You are in your trunks for the entirety of the show, which is a very good thing for us. And just make sure your physique's always on. Don't ruin it at the very last minute.
And one thing to remember with photos, and we do ask you to get your photos taken when you do exit the stage, do it at both the morning and the night show. So in the morning, obviously your tan is freshest, your hair and makeup is freshest. That's when you've really peaked for that morning judging. Get photos in the morning, but then again, go and get them taken again at the night show. You might not have got that many good photos at the morning show. It gives you a second chance to take more photos. And then especially for the girls as well, you've got theme wear, get your photos in your theme wear and in your gowns as well.
And you've got more to pick from as well.
Yeah.
If you choose to purchase it. You've got a lot more rather than just one photo which you might not like. And the photos are fantastic. They're better photos than your mum's going to be taking of you backstage or after the day. These are professional photographers that have been doing this for decades, bringing you some of the best photos you'll ever see. And I've seen plenty of people end up printing these out, hanging them up. It's something to remember your day by, especially if you get a pro trophy. It's something very special. So get as many photos as you can. I always regret not getting more done, because when you look back at it, you want to be able to remember this. Some people do this once, some people do this 10 times, but no matter what, it's a huge achievement. If you don't have photos to remember it by, it can be unfortunate.
Yeah. And this is what we do use for our marketing material. So all of the show posters or the show banners that you do see at our events, we use these backstage because they're all under the same sort of lighting conditions from each show. So it makes it very easy to make a poster look really good when it's under the same lighting conditions. Okay, awards and pro statuses. So on show day, the top 3 placings are awarded in each category. And then the full top 10 placings are posted normally 2 to 3 days post-show. So all top 10 placings will be posted on our social media. But on stage, the top 3 will be presented with their trophies on stage. Every single competitor does receive a medal. If you are awarded a pro status and the head judge has deemed that you are pro worthy and ready for a pro stage, you will be awarded a pro status. You will know because the MC will announce you've been awarded a pro status, and you will receive a beautiful gold pro status medal. If you do receive a pro status, you will be asked to come to the judges table as soon as the show wraps up, and that will be your very first pro meeting, and you will be awarded with your pro welcome folder, which will have your pro certificate, your pro sashes or stoles for the male, and also your pro guidelines. So it's really important that if you do get awarded a pro status and you're very excited, you want to go celebrate with your family and friends, please make sure at the show ending that you come straight to the judges table so that we can wrap that up and then you can go celebrate. So that takes about 15 minutes at the end of the show for that pro meeting. Pro team.
We're going to run through our category 10.
Categories? Yep. So we're going to do a brief overview of each category. We'll keep it fairly short today so we can get on to everything else we need to cover and some questions and answers. But the website is up to date. It has a few examples of what we are looking for in each category. It has what the judges are looking for and what they're not looking for, but we'll just give a quick overview of that today. Also, you can go on our Vimeo channel and watch our recent Sydney show if you want to get more of an idea of the people that were being awarded pro status at those shows. So we'll just start with the bikini categories.
All right, so the bikini model should display a shapely balanced physique that's evenly proportioned from upper to lower body, a toned small waist and midsection, tight abdominal control, and no bloating or distension displayed in their side poses, which means ladies need to hold your core in. Full, shapely, firm glutes without any dimpling. Glutes should remain full and firm when walking on stage. That is a big one, so make sure that your posing coach is running through keeping your glutes tight when you're walking on stage. A small amount of upper body development, including a slight roundness to the shoulders and back width to enhance an hourglass shape. Overall shape, curves, and an hourglass silhouette. Judges are also looking for that overall beauty, effortless posing, and stage walk, as well as confidence on stage. So they're not looking for the extreme conditioning, dense muscle, and detail through the upper body and back.
So with the bikini category, remember that beautiful hourglass shape is what we're looking for. We want full glutes. We don't want flat no bums. It's really important, ladies, for all of our ladies categories. Be mindful when you're walking on stage. We often see ladies walking. They look beautiful. They come out to the front center of the T-walk and then they drop their posing as they walk to the second position on stage. And their glutes don't look as nice and full. So it's really important with your posing. Keep everything lifted. And even when we're saying, thanks, ladies, walk to the back of the stage, because we're wanting to then organise some comparisons, be aware of how you are walking to the back of the stage, because the judges are always watching. We could think you look really good at the front of the stage, but then we see you walk off and it's like, oh, they're not so good in the glutes there. So we need to make sure that you are always on when you're on stage. Same goes with the guys, like make sure you're always held tight. So bikini athletic, and what is the difference between bikini and bikini athletic?
So bikini athletic models want to carry more muscle and display more conditioning than the bikini model category, while still maintaining a shapely balanced physique that is evenly proportioned from upper to lower body. So we're looking for more overall muscle fullness and curves than a bikini model, capped shoulders and roundness with back width to enhance an hourglass shape without being as developed as the fitness model category. Some separation through the quads from the front and between the quads and hamstrings from side on. A slight glute and hamstring tie-in from the rear, but without being overly defined. It is that overall shape and curve, an hourglass silhouette, more fullness and definition than the bikini model category. We are still looking for a toned small waist and midsection, tight abdominal control and no bloating or distension, and full, shapely, firm glutes without any dimpling. And the judges over again also looking for that overall beauty and effortless posing on stage. They are not looking for extreme conditioning to the detriment of fullness and shape, dense or excessive muscle or extreme muscle separation, so no visible striations for the athletic category, and looking for no dimpling or loose skin, especially in the glutes while walking on stage, and no overly exaggerated bending at the hips when facing the rear of the stage.
So the big difference between bikini and bikini athletic, and bikini athletic is a very new category that we've brought in. Think directly between, we're going to go through the fitness categories shortly, bikini and fitness. There were those girls that were quite muscular for bikini girls, but not as muscular as a fitness girl. So just think dead in between that. So you want to have more roundness to the shoulders, more definition and shape to the legs. So right in between those two categories is what we're looking for bikini athletic.
And then wellness. So our wellness requirements, any imbalance between upper and lower body with focus on a fuller but firm lower body, more upper body muscle development than that of the bikini categories, a toned small waist and midsection, very well developed lower body with extreme curve to the legs and glutes, so it is disproportionate, the lower body to the upper body, some visible lines of separation between the quads and hamstrings, a balance between quad and hamstrings and not overly quad dominant from the side. The judges are not looking for extreme conditioning, no flexing to display striations in the upper or lower body, no overly dominant quads compared to the hamstrings and glutes. They're not looking for a thick or blocky midsection, and again, not looking for any dimpling or loose skin in the glutes.
So that wellness model, so with all of our categories, we're looking for shape and proportion balance between the upper and lower body, except for wellness. Wellness is where we're looking for that disproportionate, heavy set lower body. And so when we say that no disproportion, we mean with the hamstrings and the quads. We want, you don't want flat hamstrings, but overly dominant quads. We want balanced legs, but you will be much more muscular through the lower body than you are with the upper body with wellness.
Moving on to our fitness model. So our fitness models should display balanced physique from upper to lower body, X-frame shape showing cap delt, small waist, taper, and balanced leg development, cap shoulders, so a good shoulder to waist ratio and definition through the back, separation in the quads from the front, lines and distinction between the quads and hamstrings visible inside poses. Now we want some glute and hamstring tie-ins without it being too overly detailed. Glute striations are not necessary with our fitness models. A toned small waist and midsection, tight abdominal core control, and obviously no bloating or distension displayed inside poses. We want visible abdominal muscle plates. Fitness models should be evenly balanced from top to bottom in both muscle density and condition. Fitness models should be smaller in overall muscularity and less conditioned than our figure models, but clearly more developed and conditioned than our bikini athletic models. So we don't want any extreme conditioning, so striations and muscle fullness in the shape. We don't want any thick or blocky midsection, dimpling or loose skin. Obviously, that is a necessity that we don't want those in the glutes, especially walking on stage. I think that goes for all categories. And again, no over-exaggerated bending should be displayed while you're on stage, because we know exactly what you're doing when that happens.
And our figure
models. Our figure models obviously a balanced physique from upper to lower. So we're really, really looking for that X-frame shape, showing wide shoulders and cap delt, small waist, and a balanced leg development. Now, obviously, we've got our cap shoulders, good shoulder to waist ratio, detailed definition through the back, separation in our quads in our front poses, lines and distinction between the quads and hamstring, visible inside poses, visible glute and hamstring tie-ins in rear poses. So this is a necessity for our figure competitors. A toned small waist, midsection, tight abdominal core control, and obviously no bloating on displayed in our side poses. Figure models should be evenly balanced from top to bottom with muscle density and conditioning. So this is obviously where our figure models are different from our fitness models. We do want to see that muscle density and that conditioning in this category.
Do we want to move into the men's fitness?
Yeah, so the men's fitness, the judges are looking for a balanced physique with the upper to lower body with the emphasis on conditioning, even conditioning through the upper and lower body, wide shoulders and back to give the appearance of a V taper, small waist and tight defined midsection with detailed visible abdominal muscles, six-pack and obliques, tight abdominal control, no bloating, distension display in front of poses, so like try and control your breathing as much as you can. Clear muscle separation and striations in the quads, separation between the quads and the hamstrings in the side poses, visible hamstring separation, defined, confident, masculine style posing and stage presence. Men fitness competitors should use either open fist or a combination of open and closed fist posing rather than closed fist posing. Men's fitness competitors are required to wear a square cut, so like 8.5 centimeters on the sides, so it's not like bikinis.
Not like a traditional bodybuilding posing trunk thin on the side. We want that bigger side trunk.
It looks way better. Judges are not looking for thick, blocky midsection, overly muscly physique, and extreme rounded and bulky muscle bellies. Extreme conditioning that detriment the muscle fullness and shape, water retention, loose skin, gyno, abdominal distension, visible straining and facial expressions when posing. So that's a sort of a big one. Like try to smile as much as possible. Like try not to give that angry look face when you're posing, and that's why it's always good to keep on to your practice and start posing a lot earlier.
And I think too, breath control, that is a big thing with the guys, because the guys are trying to strain so much more than the girls are on stage, but you're meant to make it look effortless.
And then that comes back to like when you come out for your walk and going into those extra poses and extra effort and just pretty much getting by the time you go to the comparisons, you're full of sweat. You know what I mean? Like, control everything. Like, they're the things that you can't control on stage. So stick to your 2 poses, and then
And men's physique.
Men's physique. I think this is a division that's also a lot more based on shape, so keep that in mind, guys. You're bringing the same conditioning that fitness has, but a lot of people, a lot of posing clients, my normal clients, this division is going to be ruled by the people that actually have tremendous shape. So if you're uncertain where you go and you're not overly muscular, just keep that in mind. If your shape isn't spot on, you may not do too well in this division. Our physique competitors have phenomenal shape. So with that in mind, what you want to be displaying on stage is you want to have round, full muscle bellies. You want to be a lot rounder, denser looking, and developed in the fitness guys, obviously. So this falls in between fitness and muscle, say closer to the muscle than the fitness guys in size. You want even proportions for your upper and lower. So if you've got skinny little legs, but you've got a very classic or nice looking upper body, then again, this may not be for you. It's even proportions, top to bottom, should match. Nothing should be a glaring weakness. You want to have fantastic conditioning through the upper and lower. Wide shoulders, you want a nice V taper. Again, very much shape dominated division. Small waist, tight defined midsection, and you want to have good separation through the abs, a nice taper, good obliques. We want to have balanced quads with a nice sweep to the outer quad, clear muscle separation, striations in the quads, separation between quads, hamstrings, and your side poses. Visible hamstring separation. This is something I think is also big. Your glutes and hamstrings in this division need to be on. Confident masculine style posing. So personal preference. Don't be flicking wrists around. Hold your poses. Be proud. This is a physique with a lot more muscle. So show it off. Don't be flicking the wrist or just doing something that may not emphasize your muscularity. Men's physique competitors, you should be using a combination of closed fists and open hands. So it's not bodybuilding style poses. Don't get up there and start grunting and pulling faces and acting as if you're the world's biggest person. You want to be showing it off gracefully and actually enjoying yourself up there. So smile. And again, with the trunks, you want square cut trunks. I describe these as Euro trunks. So if anyone wants to look them up, they're just square cut on the side. And again, you're not wearing like a little man G-string. And what you're not looking for, thick blocky midsection. You don't want to be too bulky or look out of proportion. You don't want extreme conditioning to the point where you flattened out your physique, or you may not be as round and you look a little lackluster. So a nice balance in conditioning and fullness. You don't want to have a narrow back and unable to flare your lats. So again, you want to have that nice V taper from the front and back. Loose skin, water retention. We don't want visible gyno. Abdominal distension ruins the physique. No visible straining on stage, like I said, and no traditional bodybuilding trunks.
So that men's physique, size-wise, is right between the muscle and the fitness categories, and we're looking for that beautiful round shape, like you said. Now we'll go into the men's muscle.
With muscle, again, obviously a lot bigger than your prior categories. Here, again, huge emphasis on you want to have round, full muscle bellies. You want to be displaying extreme density and thickness from all poses. So you want to be evenly balanced, front to back, side to side. You want to actually be showing off that you've got an extreme level of muscularity here. You want, again, emphasis on size and conditioning. You don't want to have a ton of muscle and you can't show it off. We want even proportions from upper and lower, even conditioning throughout the entire body. Again, nice wide shoulders, a good V taper, tight midsection. You want to have the whole physique actually being presented well. So just because you've got a lot of muscle does not mean you are going to be well suited to it if you can't control it and you're not in adequate condition. Balanced quad sweep. You want clear muscle separation through all body parts. Separation between your quads and hamstrings on side poses. Visible hamstring separation. Again, confident style with your posing. You want to be posing to your physique and showing off you've got an extreme amount of muscle. So have your poses very reflective of this. Use a combination of open and closed fists because, again, these aren't traditional bodybuilding shots. You've got a lot more freedom with your posing here. So show it off, use it to your advantage, and actually pick some poses which you think present well, which may not be conventional poses. And then what they're not looking for, again, you don't want to be overly blocky. You don't want to have a bloated midsection. No visible gyno. You don't want to have conditioning to the point where it ruins your physique as well. And no water retention, abdominal distension, straining facial expressions, and no conventional bodybuilding trunks.
Okay. So that covers all of our categories, excluding the transformation.
Transformation is one of my most favorite categories. So obviously this category is based on the transformation of the person, physically, mentally, emotionally, your journey to stage, the trauma that you may have been in, to overcome all of that and present your physical transformation on stage. Honestly, this category gives me goosebumps every single time. Be aware that this category is based on transformation of the physical body. So just make sure that you are 100% bringing your best as well as your story.
Yeah. So for the transformation competitors, when you are on stage, your before photos will be displayed on the stage and side of stage screens. So you're revealing to the audience and the judges your after, the new you, and what you put in your bio, what you overcame, how much you lost or gained. That is all read out and revealed to the audience on the stage, and as well as the judges. And then we're doing your physical transformation as well. So the majority of that is your physical transformation, but we are looking at the hurdles you overcame to step to stage. And the audience does love the transformation category. So make sure if you've done an amazing transformation that we do register and come and do our transformation category. So if we move on to some posing, so the stage is marked on show day, and this is the best place to stand for the lighting. So we test the lighting, so please always stand on the crosses. So on the T-walk, there will be a cross at the back of the stage where you enter the stage and pause at. Then the front of the stage has a cross in the centre and then on both sides. So please make sure that you do stand on the cross, not a couple of steps back from the cross, because you'll be casting shadows that you don't want to cast on stage. So the most important thing is stand directly on that cross. We also have a line across the front of the stage, and the line across the front of the stage is where you will stand for your comparison quarter turns. And it's important, again, to stand on the line, not in front of the line or behind the line, and that is where the best lighting is. Like we said earlier, it's really important. This is a runway show, so please do not hold up the show for the competitor behind you by taking too long on the T-walk. So it's 2 poses and a transition pose, and then you move on to the next spot. When you're in the lineup for the comparison quarter turns, you're often kept up there for quite a long amount of time. So you've got time to do all the other poses that you prefer and that you've practiced during those quarter turns, but keep it running. It's a runway show for the T-walk part of the show.
On that note, because be conscious of everyone up there, because you wouldn't like it if someone maybe took too long posing or cut you off. And the same goes for everyone else behind you. Often people will do too many poses sometimes, and it not only potentially takes away from your routine, but other people's as well. And you wouldn't like it, so just stick to your 2 poses and keep moving, because it can really ruin someone's flow, not only yours, but then the person following you. And again, you've got one shot up there, so try to just be very conscious of everyone else.
Just keep in mind too, like when the judges ask you to come to the front line, like I know everyone wants to be on that X in the middle. It's so much. It looks so much better when you spread out, give each other room, and you're not all trying to get to that middle spot. And like, it's just a little bit awkward just from watching it. Just if you give each other room, like the judges will move you if you need to be moved. So just give each other room, look after the person beside you, and then just keep in mind that it's their show too.
Yeah, and allow room for each other. I mean, sometimes there are big lineups. It is quite squishy on stage. If someone's slightly behind you because you are squished up, make room, move to the side, bring them forward. You're not going to get extra points because you rushed forward to that centre spot on stage. It's just poor sportsmanship to be forcing your way to the front centre of stage. If we want to see you in the centre of the stage, we will move you to the centre of the stage. So don't worry if you're standing right on the end. If I want to see you in the middle, you will be brought to the middle of the stage.
So we want to really emphasize the no bending over. So no bending over in rear poses, as well as excessive bending over in your side poses as well. So we want to think shoulder and glute. So if your shoulders are past your glutes, you're bending over way too far. So keep everything nice and aligned. Obviously, if you're bending over in your rear pose, we know exactly what you're trying to do and achieve from that. But you have to remember that the judges are below you. So they're looking from a point from looking down to up. So that's the angle they're going to see. So just keep everything nice and classy, keep the chest high, and just be respectful of obviously your physique and showcase it the best way that you possibly can. Do not spread the legs too wide. So this goes for both our male and female competitors, so especially in our front and rear poses. We want to think shoulder to feet ratio. So we don't want your feet any further than your shoulders. Anything further than that, you kind of lose that aspect to be able to flex it the way that you need to obviously bring out your best shape. So keep everything nice and aligned, and that goes for our males as well.
Particularly in your rear shots, the wider your legs are, the smaller your glutes actually look. Think about it like a triangle, and that becomes the smallest point of your glutes. So make sure, depending on your category, that you are either stretching or flexing or contracting your glutes in the way that you need to for your chosen category.
Think elegant and classy with your posing, especially for our females. So we want everything to be smooth transition. We don't want anything too dramatic, too messy. The less you do, the more elegant it is. So make sure you're holding your poses, and this is something that we really want to make sure that you guys are doing in particular. We want to see your physiques. If you're moving from pose to pose too quickly, just think like there are around seven judges on the stage. If each judge is looking at a person and you're moving from pose to pose really, really quickly, that judge might not see your best pose on stage. So make sure you keep going back to that, keep holding it. You can sit up there and hold that pose for as long as you want. If that is your best pose, hold it so everyone can see it. Like I said, the less flicking and hand movements and dramatic movements, it just steers it away from your physique. And at the end of the day, we are there to see that, and you're there to showcase that, and just make sure you are holding it.
Yeah. And also, I think, this posing is about showing your strengths and hiding your weaknesses. So get those poses that look amazing on you. If something looks amazing on Tani and doesn't look good on you, don't copy that posing. Do what looks best on you. It's all about showing strengths, hiding weaknesses, and presenting that perfect package to the judges.
And slow it down too for the cameramen and in the crowd, because you've got all these, they've taken all these different angles of you, and it's like, I've done it myself, so I'm a victim of this, running through my poses too quick. So then all the photos that I receive later are all in transition. So, keep it in mind. And also too, on that note, like when you do get your photos with Dallas, like they've been in the game for so long, they might show you a pose that brings out so much for yourself, like they have for me. Just another thing to get the photos done.
Obviously, no cattiness on stage at all. This goes for our males and our females. So we want you up there working as a team. So like Pauline said, if someone's standing behind you, bring them in, spread out, give everyone space. And obviously, there's a lot of competitors on that stage, so just allow each other to be involved. If you accidentally hit someone, just apologize. We've all done it before, and yeah, just no cattiness, no rushing. Just think.
And I think it's important to remember while you're doing your T-walk, your T-walk on stage, and you're the only one out there, you can do things like, bringing your arms wide and things like that. But when we're doing the comparison quarter turns, you're not going to be able to do the big dramatic arms out to the side because you've got people beside you. So don't be taking a step forward and covering up the other girls by moving your arms out. Remember, the comparison quarter turns, we're really looking at that shape and structure. So there's no need for over dramatic, over the top arm movements, especially in those quarter turns. Remember, this is about your physique.
Now, if you drop your numbers, make sure you pick them up, because the judges need your numbers to be able to judge you. So just pick them up, pop them back on. If you have any troubles on stage, just remove yourself off stage, and someone backstage will be able to help you, and then you can pop yourself back on stage. But the judges need those numbers to be able to judge.
And the same thing goes if you have a bikini malfunction, please exit the stage. We will have someone there to sort you out, get you pinned back up or tied back up so that you can come back to the stage. So please don't stress about that. It's not going to have any reflection on your scoring. One important thing to remember with our bikini category, we do not want you moving your hair off your back. We're not looking for detail through your back, so please leave your hair down on your back. There's no need to be moving that forward and around your shoulders for the bikini category. Also bikini athletic, we don't need it lifted up off your shoulder to see detail in the back. You can move it around from the front back round to the front, but we don't need that standard hands on the back of their head pose for any of our bikini categories.
So I guess that goes for figure and fitness as well. Obviously, the no holding of the hair, so just make sure you do move it off your back. You can move it off your back in your transitions rather than holding it up. 90% of the time we have hair extensions in. So if you are holding your hair up like that, your hair is generally dangling on your back and we don't get to see that full detail. So just make sure you're using your hand to move it completely off your back onto the side of you, and then elevate your hands up if that's the pose that you're doing.
Okay, females, be mindful of your bikini cuts. We don't want it so narrow that it does look like a G-string bikini. We don't want G-string bikinis on stage. So just please be mindful that it is not too narrow, your bikini bottom. We did say with the guys, we do want that minimum of 8.5 euro cut for the guys.
When you're posing at the rear of the stage, so after you've done your T-walk or you're waiting for comparisons to happen, so you're standing at the back of the stage, make sure you don't turn to the rear of the stage. So keeping your front or your side poses. This is purely for the judges to see your numbers. This is where the judges are going to get their comparisons. So just make sure you aren't turning to the rear and that your numbers are visible at all times when you're standing at the rear of the stage. When you're standing at the rear of the stage, this is not your time to relax. This is your time to be on, because that is when so much of the judging for those comparisons to get your number pulled forward happens. So just make sure you are on the whole time you are on that stage.
And what often happens is, you know, like we might have 5 names from the individual T-walk, 5 numbers, sorry, that we think, okay, we want to call forward these people. Everyone else is still at the back of the stage. So we've only got 5 people at that point potentially. So we are looking at the back of the stage and think, okay, who else are we going to call forward to get a top 10 group of people that we want to see? So make sure that you are facing the front and that you are still posing during that time. A big one I want to mention for girls as well, but we mainly see it with the guys, is dropping your core during poses. So you'll be flexed from front on and then you turn to the side, your stomach floats out and then you pull into a side pose. The judges are always looking, so don't let that stomach bloat out and then pull it back in when you hit your pose, because it's very, very obvious to the judges on stage to keep that really tight all the time.
I guess the biggest thing, guys, is you're there to have fun and connect with people. So just make sure you're stepping on that stage and that's exactly what you're doing. If you're nervous, the biggest thing is as soon as you step on that stage for your T-walk, stand at the back of the stage and just take it all in. You've got a few seconds when you are standing there, so just embrace it, feel your feet, get the surroundings, and just breathe, because that moment that you step forward, you want to be on, and that is your time. You work so hard to get to that point where you're standing at that back of the stage to walk it forward. It absolutely gives me goosebumps talking about it, but this is your time. We are here for you and you are here to give it your best. So just make sure that you are out there having fun, embracing every single second that you're on that stage and taking it all in. So have fun with each other and just love it.
And everyone says when they step off stage, oh my God, that was so amazing, but it went so quick. So try and take it all in and enjoy that moment on stage.
Post-show?
Yes, post-show. Okay, so post-show, please allow at least 2 weeks for your photos and videos to come out, and also remember to check your spam folder. So don't message us on the Monday after the show and say, hey, where's my photos? Because it does take around 2 weeks for the team. There's obviously a lot of photo and video orders, so please allow a good 2 weeks to receive your photos and videos. Now, feedback can be requested for the top 5 placings in each category, and it is limited to the top 5 due to how many categories we have, because if you time all the categories, especially for a pro-am times 5, that's a lot of emails for someone to go through. And email everyone with feedback. Now, there is a link that will be posted on each individual show page. So if you are doing, for example, the Mexico show, your link to request for feedback will be on the Mexico show page. You're required to send through 2 photos with your request, front and back. It's not automatically sent out to you because some people don't want feedback. They know what they need to work on. They don't want it. We're not going to give you our advice if you're not wanting it. So if you do want to request your feedback and you are in that top 5 placing, you can fill out the form that goes live after the show. Now, we keep that up there. We normally keep it live for 4 weeks. and then we take the link down. So within the first 4 weeks after the show, please request your feedback, but allow 20 working days, which is 4 weeks, to receive your feedback back. Because remember, we do that in our spare time. We've got the next show rolling around, so we have a limited amount of time to do the feedback. The reason we keep it up for 4 days is people will then request feedback months later, peak week of another show, saying, hey, where's my feedback from 3 months ago? The forms have been archived. We are moving on to the next show, so please do request that within that first 4 weeks, and do allow 4 weeks to receive that back.
On that note as well, for guys, because so many guys ask their feedback, odds are it's going to be either you need to be leaner or bigger, or a combination of the two. I would say don't get hung up on it as well, because I know lots of people take to social media to potentially air their opinions and whatnot. It is a competition at the end of the day. Everyone's striving to win or place as best as possible. But at the end of the day, you are judged on what you've brought up there. No one has influenced it besides yourself. And again, your feedback is going to be one of two things, if not both of them. So with that in mind, you don't always need to harass the judges or ask everyone what they thought. You probably already know your feedback, especially for the guys where we're more so judged on muscularity and overall physique development. It is a physique show. It is a physique competition. You need to be developed, and sometimes you just aren't quite there yet, and that's totally fine. But there is no need to harass the judges or pros or other competitors, or then air your grievances or your own personal opinion online, because again, it's a competition. If everyone acted that way, it'd be very difficult to have anyone win. And again, no one is in charge or responsible for what you bring to the stage other than yourself. So,
and I think on that as well, if you're saying on social media how bad the judging was, and that, you know, you should have won, the person who won shouldn't have won, you're being disrespectful to that other person. And if you were the winner, you wouldn't want someone else saying, oh, judges need glasses, that person who won looks like crap. You wouldn't want that said about you. So please be supportive of the other competitors. And time again, if you're disappointed with your placing, you will go and look at your photos. I've seen it so many times. You go back and look at the photos. You'll go back and look at the full show video, which we do post online for everyone to watch after the show. And time again, once you're out of that emotional state, you will realise, you know what, I was off, or my posing was bad, or I looked blocky through the waist, I could have posed better. Time and time again that happens. So please just remember being respectful to your fellow competitors as well. And remember your family and friends and your support network. Of course, they want you to win. They love you so much. They are going to be looking at you from a biased perspective. My mum probably thinks I should be Miss Universe, even though I'm old enough to be their grandmothers, because she loves me so much. She would think I am the most beautiful one on stage. So your family and friends are going to think, wow, look at how much this person's transformed. They look so good, they should win. But they're not looking at it from a unjudge's perspective. And remember, the judges have been doing this for a long time. They know what they are looking for in a physique. One thing we can guarantee with our shows is you will be judged fairly. There is a panel of 7 judges. Each judge is giving their opinion, marking their 1 to 10. Those scores are then tallied up by a score tally taker. Then that is the end result. There's no outside influence over that. We don't have coaches on the judging panel. If we had a category where one judge had one person in a show, but we were limited in judges, that person would leave the judges table for that entire category and come back later on. So we want you to know that you are going to get judged fairly at our shows. That is so important to us, that you know that you are going to get judged fairly.
and something else on that. A lot of people don't know. The judges, some of them were Australia's best athletes at their peak. So, you know, a lot of them have competed at a lot higher level than the athletes even. And you need to keep that in mind. These guys have been doing this for decades. So I know it may be your first or second show. You've got some very strong opinions, but I can promise you the judging panel is comprised of decades and decades of experience. And again, some of Australia's best bikini, figure, and bodybuilders that we've ever had. So they do know exactly what they're looking for, because they've been where you are, they've been further than you, and they've actually earned their stripes as well. So keep that in mind. When you may consider that the judges don't know what they're talking about. Odds are they've done exactly what you've done, they've placed how you placed, they've felt how you felt, and they've also achieved a lot more. They know better than me, they know better than your mum, and they know better than your partner. So,
and this is worldwide as well. We're going to make sure that judging criteria and the judging requirements is the same worldwide. So it doesn't matter whether you're doing a show in the UK, Australia, Mexico. the judging is the same consistent judging criteria, and the judges are judging the same way at every show. One thing to bear in mind is from show to show, we can only judge what is on stage. So there might be a show where you think, well, that wellness girl wasn't that big in the legs, and look at that show and she was big in the legs. That might be the girl that was the closest to that description on that day. So just because someone's not what you think is the epitome of that category, they might be the best there on the day. So we can only judge what is there on stage at that show. So that's pretty much post-show. Allow for the feedback, allow time for your photos.
Now we'll discuss our non-competing pros at Media Day and Show Day. So this is for our pros that aren't competing on the day, as well as you are. If you are a pro competing on the day, this kind of is for you as well. We want all pros to kind of act and present themselves in this way. So at Media Night, make sure that you are connecting with our amateurs and all our athletes that are competing. You are there for them. This time is their time. So just make sure that you are connecting with them. You're getting photos, you're getting interviews, you're talking to our sponsors. All these people have come together to put this amazing show on. So just make sure you are being a pro and a role model. Connect, encourage, be the support. If anything that they need on that media night, make sure you are that person and you are available to take the time to talk to them more than anything. On show day, we want you to be present backstage. So all our pros are welcome backstage at any point in time. So you are there to make sure that you can support them, be there for them, encourage them, be their biggest hype person backstage. We want to give this experience to all our new athletes and athletes coming back into our federation, the best experience as possible. And that could be a game changer for something that you do or you do to help them. So yeah, help competitors that need anything that they need. Just remember that this is their time more than anything. Now, if you are a coach and you're a pro athlete, obviously you are allowed backstage, but you aren't allowed to be seen coaching your clients only. So if you walk into a room where you have 5 of your athletes, make sure that you are connecting with every single athlete in that room, so you're not singling out anyone in particular. You aren't to be seen coaching your clients only. Obviously, get photos backstage. We have our photographers there. So in your gowns, in your suits, make sure you are utilising those backstage photo walls as well, because we will utilise them in promotional material to come. So just make sure that you are getting those photos done. Now, if you are in the crowd, we'd love for you all to be there at all our shows. Make sure you are cheering for everyone, if you've got your friends or your clients. So make sure you are the biggest hype person for this event. That is the biggest thing. You are a pro athlete and you are here for them. So just make sure you are being that person.
And with our pros, so please make sure you are wearing your pro sash or your pro stole for the males. Girls, make sure you're wearing the sash up the right way, because I do see people online talking about their pro sash. So just make sure the wording is up the right way, so it goes from your right shoulder to your left hip. Now, with our pro sashes, you can embellish them however you want. So you can have them plain, you can have them bedazzled. Just make sure you're keeping in line with the colour scheme. So obviously, if you're wearing a black and white pro sash, don't put pink and purple diamantes on it, because it's taking away from the colour schemes, because there is a method to the colours. So the black and white is for our pro athletes. The black and silver means you've won a pro show and you are a pro champion. And then the black and gold is for world champions. So just keep in mind the colour schemes when embellishing your sashes. Don't use some crazy colour scheme on those. And girls, wear your crowns too at the events.
For the guys too, if you're wearing your sash on your suit, like it moves around a lot. So just I just put some bobby pins underneath to hold to the suit, and it doesn't move at all. So it's not a way to present the whole time.
You can maybe pin from the back to a safety pin.
Yeah, like you know, just a little safety pin on the bottoms on your suits. So
yeah, not a hairpin. A bobby pin to her.
Yeah, sorry.
Where did you go? Where did you get the bobby pins from? Okay, so here is a little bit more information for our pro athletes around the world. Please make sure that you join the pro Facebook page. So it's FMG International Pro Team is the page to join. If you have a different Facebook name to what was on your pro certificate, please message me and let me know so we can make sure we accept you to the pro page. And this is exclusively for our pro athletes. Please make sure that you go and check that pro page regularly. I know a lot of people don't use Facebook. If you don't have a Facebook account, just set one up so that you can check this pro page, because it's one place that we can just post all the information for the pros. So if you're wanting to attend an event, one of our shows, the link to order a pro ticket will be in that pro page. And also if we want you to share an upcoming show poster or information like that, that will all be put on the Facebook pro page. So please join the page and check it regularly. I know we have a lot of people that are wanting to come to the Dallas Pro Show. They haven't organised tickets yet. So please make sure you jump on that pro page to find the link for that. Now, we also do have a page for our amateur competitors, and that is FMG International Competitors. So that is for the amateurs, and then we have the pro page for the pros. Now, all of our pros that did sign up and transfer over to the FMG Pro, your pro packs were sent out to you. I did get some come back, return to sender from overseas. Any that was sent back to me, I will be bringing overseas to the very first show and be giving those to the different show promoters so they can be posted from within your country. We just had a bit of an issue with the postage with that. If you haven't received your pro pack, please email me at admin@FMG shows and let me know you haven't received it. It may have not been returned to sender, but it's gone missing somewhere in the mail. Let me know ASAP. We do leave in just over a week to go to Texas. So if you can let me know within the next 2 days, I can make sure that I can bring a pro pack over for you and have your pro name printed on the pro certificate. Anyone who did it in the last 2 weeks of April as well, I will be bringing your pro pack over because I didn't post those out to oh, I missed something. Awards and pro status. Where are we? We did say that. No, we did say that. Yep. The pro awards and coming to the pro table. Transferred over. Okay. Worlds 2025. We've had so many people asking about Worlds 2025. We can confirm it will be in September 2025 on the beautiful sunny Gold Coast, and we can't wait to welcome anyone to that. This is a really important thing for all competitors to know, is that you must qualify for Worlds. And the way to qualify for Worlds is by doing any of our shows. So that included the very first Sydney show and any show leading up until Worlds in September 2025. You must qualify for. You don't have to have placed within the top 3. It is any competitor who has competed in that, excluding our title holders. So that is anyone who has the black and silver sash, or we call them crown winners, pro champions. They do not need to qualify, but any other pro and amateur must qualify by doing a show. This also excludes the transformation category, because that is a bit of a different category on its own. You don't have to qualify for the transformation category. That can be your first show. However, if you're wanting to do 2 categories, because we do sometimes get the transformation, people do a crossover, they might do transformation and bikini, you must have qualified for that bikini category. So you don't need to qualify if you are exclusively doing the transformation category. And we will have more information with obviously more details about the location, the show venue, the registration info as soon as we can regarding Worlds. But it is in September 2025 and everyone must qualify. So we have got some questions and answers that were sent through that we are going to go through. Do we want to do the question and answers first before we go to the other overseas promoters? I go to overseas promoters first?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to jump back on for another quick chat from our overseas promoters.
Go, Steph.
Carrie and Steph.
All right, guys, just wanted to, give you guys a little details about Texas, USA. Hello, everyone. I know I hadn't seen you guys in the screen. So good to see y'all. Wanted to give some details in regards to the Dallas show. I know it's closing in a week, so wanted to just kind of give that heads up. Registration does close by July 7th. So as long as we're registered by then, you guys are a go. And then also wanted to tell you guys about the Eisman Center. The Eisman Center Theater is one of the performing arts, biggest ones here in Texas in the whole state, where they actually host some of the biggest performances, big concerts. It's actually attached to the Renaissance. So don't worry about commute. If you're staying at the Renaissance Hotel, you are covered 100%. You've also got a train where it literally like a trolley takes you into like having a grocery store like Whole Foods. You've got, you know, marts, shopping, food, all that stuff. So if you did stay at the hotel, you're all, like I said, all good. If you're staying within the vicinity, everything's pretty close. Just make sure you consider traffic. Dallas, Texas has been growing like crazy. So just make sure you aren't trying to drive in like 5-10 minutes before, so you can have time to park and walk inside, get into the theater. We're going to have a lot more details, obviously, in regards to getting into the theater. But just wanted to kind of touch base on that, and looking forward to welcoming everybody here to Texas, including you guys. I am so thrilled. And also have, of course, LA coming up, which is September 14th. And that is in Beverly Hills. The Sofitel is the host hotel where all the beauty services and tan will be held. It isn't attached like the Texas show. It is a little bit of a commute. It's not too long, an Uber ride. If you're staying with the car, we do have a discounted whole bundle with the host hotel. So you guys can take advantage of that. And you don't have to really go anywhere else because there's a mall right next door. So you've got about 30 shops and restaurants literally in walking distance, and you can just walk across the street and take care of any little last minute needs that you might have. So that gives you guys a little update in regard. And it's the Wilshire, the theater. It's the Wilshire Theater in Beverly Hills. And the LAX is the international airport that you'd be flying into. There's
Okay, guys.
A lot of people have been asking about Miami through email. Tons of people have been reaching out about that. So we do want to let everybody know that Miami has been secured in West Palm Beach, Florida for 2025. The show will be in the month of July. We are really excited. All of us have been putting a lot of work into finding the perfect venue for Florida, and we're really excited to welcome you and announce that shortly. So just so you guys know, we didn't put Florida on the back burner. It is coming, and it's going to be massive, and it's going to be super special for you all. So we're really excited for all of these shows, for the athlete experience. Everybody's put so much effort into making this the best for the athletes, and this is for the athletes to really showcase all of their hard work. And we're really doing this for you guys, and we appreciate everyone's support and trust, and we promise not to let you down. This is going to be something really special. So thank you, Pauline and Ari, and everybody that's on this call. We're really excited and looking forward to this.
So just quickly before you guys go, I did see someone send in a message saying, can they book the LA host hotel with a discount at the moment? That is live, I do believe.
That is live.
Yes, there is a link. And if you actually want to email texas@fmgshows.com, we can actually get that link sent over to you. And also there's a code. If you guys want to just do the code instead, there's a link, or even call in if you're here in the States.
Great. Awesome. Okay, who are we going to next?
Go to UK.
The UK? We've got the UK on. We can't hear you, Alex.
My bad.
How about that? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hi, everybody. My name, as you know, is Alex Davies from my introduction earlier today. And Renata, perhaps you'd like to introduce yourself. We've just managed to get you online.
I think my microphone was muted.
Slide down.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here at the call. We are very excited with the London show. It's been a hard work for Alex and I. Been our first show. We've been working very hard to host our first show here. Everything is going very smoothly for the moment. So we have registration opened after with Pauline and everyone else help. So we are really excited with our first show and waiting to welcome all of you here. I know Pauline and Ari are coming. Not sure who else coming. I think Jessica coming as well.
Coming, yep.
Yes. So we really looking forward to have you guys here and help us to run our first show.
Yeah, we have the beautiful 1930s theatre style Troxy venue. And we've got our host hotel, which is the Hotel Marriott in Canary Wharf, which is just over the water, over the River Thames, from the Troxy. But London transportation is fantastic. You've got the London Underground, you've got the DLR, it's a very short car journey between the two, the host hotel. We've got a beautiful ballroom arranged for media night and registrations. So we're looking forward to everybody dressing to impress and making their introductions and registrations. And yeah, we're just really excited to give you guys an incredible experience. I'm fortunate enough that I'll be joining Stephanie and Kerry in Texas in 2 weeks. I'll be going out to the Dallas show, so I'm really excited to attend that. I'll certainly be taking some takeaways from that show to make sure that we've got worldwide uniformity amongst the FMG shows and make sure that we bring you something incredible worldwide.
That's awesome, guys. And for everyone out there, Alex is a very, very, very seasoned competitor. He will also be on the judging panel at the Dallas show. So you know you are in very good hands with experienced competitors on that judging panel. Okay, who have we got next? Goodbye.
They have to unmute.
Sorry, guys, I'm unmuted now. You can hear us all good?
Yeah.
Good.
Hey guys, sorry, Toby's on Dubai time, so I think it's like 2:30 a.m. in the morning. So he's gone back to sleep, and we're now going to be, giving you the bit of an overview. But we're super excited because the Dubai show is an amazing opportunity for anyone that is basically competing in the Gold Coast show first, that potentially wants to shoot across and do their pro debut with us. Or more importantly, if they're really close to that first place and they know they can bring in a little bit of an improvement in a week's time, come across and potentially chase that pro status with us in Dubai. It's going to be part of the biggest fitness expo in the Middle East, but also the second largest in the world. So what's really great about this, and what I think, for me, even as an athlete, the way I would be thinking about it is massive exposure, really brilliant exposure for you for potential sponsorship opportunities as an athlete, but also as a commercial, commercial platform. There's some really amazing scope for you to gain exposure because our show's actually on the Friday, and then the expo runs for the entire weekend. So entry into the show actually also then gives you entry into the expo, and you have your chance to basically spend an entire weekend of it. We have a great venue. So the media day and also all of our backstage is phenomenal. It's all attached and within the actual expo itself. We also have a host hotel that is very, very close. It's also part of the expo center and expo city. It's quite close to the airport. The commute is only about 25 minutes. Yep. There is an amazing culture there, fantastic food, fantastic, events, heaps of nightlife. It's just going to be a great weekend.
Shopping.
Now we have registration, and we also have registration and all the information on the host hotel that will be going live soon.
Yep.
Was there anything that I've missed with regards to that?
Tanning, makeup, rego, everything you said will be on site at the exhibition center. So very easy to walk to and to get to. So everything's pretty self-contained in the expo city. And yeah, we're just super excited for everyone to come and to check it out, make a weekend of it. And you're in that fitness sort of environment for the whole weekend. You'll have your show and then, the opportunity Saturday, Sunday to have a look around the expo and have a good time of it. So.
Thanks, guys. Where we go?
JJ.
Hi again, everyone. Thank you so much again for this fantastic workshop. I'm pretty sure everyone worldwide are like, we want to compete with FMG. Absolutely. And Mexico, we're super excited about Mexico, similar to what Alicia said. For those who will be competing in Dallas, those will be competing in LA as well. For some of our new pros or people that are, they just maybe missed it. From September to November, you guys will be able to bring great improvements to that show. The great thing about Mexico at that time of the year, The weather is absolutely phenomenal. It's hot enough, not too humid enough, so it's the perfect time to be there. It's going to be a great destination show for sure. Our team have prepared a great brochure of all the activities that you can do here. We have theme park. I don't know if you guys know about the Tulum Jungle Gym. They're one of our silver sponsor. They offer day passes for you guys to go take your photos with those Flintstones weights as well. So a lot of fun. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing. In regard of the host hotel, information will be up soon. It's going to be a beautiful hotel. This is where all the registration, obviously, hair and makeup, tanning will be done. The theater, Teatro de la Ciudad, is almost brand new, 4 or 5 years old. Beautiful, beautiful space. The stage is phenomenal. I think you guys will absolutely love your stage photos for sure. And for you athletes out there, definitely you'll be able to stay at the host hotel, but the Airbnb scene as well in Playa, which is 40 minutes down of the Cancun airport, is great too. So everything in regard to lodging will be awesome. And we also have a food prep company that will serve athletes that would want to use them. That information will be posted on the FMG Mexico website soon. So really, really excited for this year, 2024. Really excited to see you guys there. And let's rock and roll.
Thanks, JJ. And we have Bali.
Hey guys, we are super excited to be holding first FMG show in Bali at the end of the year. It is the ultimate holiday destination, a huge favorite amongst Australians. So I know many people are very excited to come to the show. Jake and I, we've competed in over 60 shows. So we have a wealth of experience when it comes to doing this sort of stuff. So we just love giving back to all the athletes. The venue is at NPC Centre, which is 10 minutes southeast of Denpasar Airport. So it's very easy to get to. We have a meal prep company that is popular with athletes over there. We will have everything covered for you: gyms, meals, accommodation, everything. We are beyond excited.
So I have also looked into a host that is going to be for accommodation. So they're about 10 minutes from the NPCC Centre as well. So they actually have hotel rooms with kitchenettes. So I know a lot of people are obviously going to want to prep their own food as well. So we have found somewhere that does have kitchenette rooms, and they also have a gym facility as well. So I have a discount code ready for you guys for that as well. So we're going to post all that information very soon. We are also looking at posting our registration there. So once that is all confirmed, we will be posting that on the Bali page.
And lastly, we've had a lot of questions around the age group categories. So in the amateur ranks, we'll run all the age group categories, maybe not plus 45, depending on what the numbers. But with the pro categories, we want to limit that to expressions of interest, only just because of the etc. being our first year running the show. So if anybody in the pro ranks on here or knows any pros that wants to do the age group categories in the show, please reach out on the FMG Pro page and express your interest so we know what we're dealing with there. Ideally, 3 to 4 per class would be what we would look to do to have those categories included. So we won't take up any more of your time. We do have a meal prep company. We have kitchenettes. We have gyms. I know health is a concern with Bali, but we have our health and welfare package with downloadable yourself, understanding why and how to keep yourself safe, etc. on these holiday destinations. But apart from that, we're really excited to bring it to you guys.
Thanks, guys. One thing I just want everyone to know worldwide as well, which we didn't mention when we were talking about the Dubai show, that is a female-only show. So it's pro and amateurs, but it is a female-only show for Dubai for the first year. We'll see if we can get in there next year, guys. But there is a separate show for male athletes, which is totally separate from our show. So it is female-only amateur and pro show. So we do have some questions and answers that we're just going to run through that was sent through. First of all, I just want to ask everyone, please make sure you're supporting our sponsors. So all of the sponsors are listed on the individual show website page, and there's links to their website. They're also promoted through our social media pages for each of the shows. Please show your support for our sponsors, because without their support, we couldn't run these shows. They're so invaluable to us, and we want to thank them by showing them our support. So please jump on their pages, give them a follow, support them, support their brands, and make them want to come back and keep sponsoring the shows so we can just keep getting bigger and better from year to year. So some of the questions that we had sent through. Will the evening wear for women be continued next year if the men aren't doing it anymore? Yes, we are continuing with the evening wear and the theme wear for our ladies, because remember, we're not a bodybuilding show. We do have a different component of glamour and fashion to us, so that keeps that component in there for them. So that will be continued. With the introduction of bikini athletic, does this now mean that bikini athletes are to come in softer than previous shows? No. So I think if you look at the pictures on the website, if you look at our champion bikini competitor, that is the look we are wanting. And as we said, the bikini athletic is smack bang between bikini and fitness. So it's for that girl in between. So we're still continuing that same look for bikini. And then our bikini athletic is that touch more conditioning and more roundness and size, but not as much as the fitness competitor. So it's smack bang in between. Okay. Is following and marketing still important as it was with a previous federation? No, it has absolute no bearing on our shows, your social media or marketing. It doesn't matter who you are, the best physique on the day is going to win. We're not about a popularity contest, and FMG is something totally brand new. We're not associated with any other show or brand. We are totally a different brand on our own. So forget anything about social media followings. It's best physique on the day wins, 70% physique, 30% of all the other aspects with your stage presence and posing. This is a popular one, will there eventually be age divisions for bikini athletic? So we have only had one show with the bikini athletic category, so we need to see how that goes. If you're wanting that category, speak with your feet, make sure you're turning up and doing the shows. And if need be, it can be something we discuss. As we said, we've only had the one show with that, so we will have to see how that goes. Next question. Can I sign up for one category at 10 weeks out and a second category closer to the show? Yes, you definitely can. Please make sure you do that before the show cut off at 1 week out. Okay. Is there a specific duration for the T-walk for amateurs? So, how long are you saying to hold it?
For T-walk?
Yeah, for when you're on the T-walk.
You want to look anywhere from like 3 to 5 seconds for a pose hold. I think that first initial section at the front is about 14 seconds long. To be precise, that's the But yeah, it's about 14 seconds long. So yeah, anywhere from like 3 to 5 seconds for a pose.
Yeah. So like we say, 2 poses plus a transition pose. And then for our pro athletes, we do allow up to 5 poses. Still not dragging it out too long. We want to keep the show flowing. But as a pro athlete, you can do a couple of extra poses in there.
I think the biggest thing is one pose means one pose. One pose doesn't mean one pose and 5 different hand movements to make that one pose. So just keep that in mind, that your pose is your pose. So just be mindful of that.
And going from that, we had a question, how frequently can we use hand movements for posing?
I think it needs to be specific. If you're moving your hand, why are you moving your hand? Are you doing it because you're seeing everybody else on Instagram doing it, or are you doing it because it's highlighting your physique? So you need to either work on that yourself or with your posing coach to ensure that when you are moving a hand or hair or whatever it may be, that it's for a very specific purpose to highlight you for your chosen category.
This one I think we did answer earlier when we were going through show day things. Who can come and be with you backstage at the show and assistant coaching spouse? And we have said it is competitors only backstage. Do remember we do have a team of people there to help you. What do you look for in the gown segment? So from a judging perspective, a gown that fits you beautifully, that the colour suits you, something maybe a little bit unique, and how do you carry yourself with that?
I always say aim high. Imagine if you are lucky enough to win your pro card, what do you want to be wearing when you get that pro medal? That's how I base it.
Yeah, that's okay. The difference between bikini morning show, bikini evening show, and gown show. So for any athlete wearing a bikini, and also for the guys with the square cut trunks, you don't have to have a different outfit for the night show. Same bikini for both shows. You can wear the same trunks for both shows. You don't need to change. And then the gown is that best evening gown on board. So that is the difference between the morning and the night show. As we said, the majority of the judging is done at the morning show, but then in a very tight, very close position, we are reviewing those scores at the night show as well.
The only difference is for your prejudging, we suggest having no additives added to your bikini. So no shoulder pieces, no arm pieces, no belly pieces, no chains, no leg pieces. So nothing that's added or hides your physique in that aspect. So keep everything nice and clean cut. And for the night show, you can add those pieces on if you want to, but it's not a necessity. So you do not need them for the night show. But if you want them, then of course you can add them to the night show.
Yeah, that is a really important thing that I didn't mention earlier when we mentioned the bikini. For all of our female categories, especially no arm pieces, no leg pieces, because we are purely judging your physique at that morning show. But feel free to add them on later on if you want to.
We did have questions about back pieces in particular. So same thing, just keep the straps, obviously the one strap. If you do have a strap down the back of the bikini, just make sure it's not fitness and figure in particular. Just keep everything nice and clean. We want to see that shape, we want to see that conditioning, and we want to see those muscle bellies. So just make sure you keep everything visible so we can see that symmetry.
Okay, is 40 an appropriate age to try FMG? Most definitely. We have our plus 35 and our plus 40 categories, so it is definitely any time is a good time to join. How do I know what time's the top coat tan? It must be done before my makeup. It is 30 minutes before your hair and makeup appointment, and the team will message you as well. You will receive messages and emails regarding those times. When will 2025 show dates be released? We are working on them. We will get them to you as soon as possible. So anytime we do have an update, it will be posted on our social media pages. It will be updated on the website as well. I do get a lot of emails from people saying, are you going to have a show in XYZ location? As soon as we have the information, we will give it to you. I'm not holding back any secrets, and you're not going to find anything else earlier. As soon as we have that information, we will get it announced everywhere and out to you, so you can plan plenty of time in ahead. What is the rough schedule outline for the Pro-Am in October? We haven't got to that yet. It will be similar to our other shows like that we just had in Sydney, the outline of that, but obviously we'll have the pro categories as well involved in that. So we'll have the amateur categories, then the pro categories, flowing in the same sort of order. The thing to note for the October show is normally the media night is the Friday night before the show, but for this upcoming October show, it is on the Thursday night. So you have the Friday free, and that was due to venue availability. It's very hard on the Gold Coast to get venues, and we're booking well into 2025 and 2026 trying to get those dates. So that is on the Thursday night for this October show. 2025 dates for the Gold Coast, we'll get them out as soon as we can. Do we have more information for Bali? We've said that. What conditioning do you want for each of the guys' categories to be down to?
Lean as possible.
As lean as you can get.
You shouldn't hold back your conditioning.
Without wasting muscle flow. So if it's at the detriment of losing muscle fullness, we don't want that, but we want you lean. We don't just want a bit of abs showing, we want conditioning, dryness.
Odds are 90% of you could be leaner, so just push it. I don't think anyone's gotten on stage would have gone, wow, that person's too lean. And if you're asking that question, you can be leaner.
Yeah, definitely. What else do we have? Okay, this one I'm not quite sure of the question. It says, do we need to be wearing our heels, or is it just general chit chat? Is that for today's thing? I'm not sure if you mean today, or do you mean when you're at the show and backstage? So obviously for today, we were just sitting down and talking. If you're talking about at the show, just say you're at the host hotel. You don't need to be dressed up in heels or anything like that. You just need to be dressed well and appropriate to be in that venue. And then of course at the media night, press. But any other
for your tanning appointments, just wear some nice slides up the top. You don't need to wear heels to any of those beauty appointments or on show day, besides your competition.
And I think that was pretty much all of the questions that we did have come through. Lots of thank yous. Thank you guys for supporting us. We really appreciate you coming and spending the time to listen to this today. We're very proud. Keep dominating. Thank you. I think that's pretty much all the questions. Did you have anything you wanted to say?
No, just thank you. Thank you to everyone who took the time. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time, and thanks for the support and trust. Like we said, we'll promise to make this something special for you guys. So
it really is. We can't stress how much we want you to all feel a part of the family and have this culture of friendship and support and fairness. Like we say over and over again, this is for you, the competitor. Without you competitors, we've got no show. There's no show without competitors. So we want you to have a great time. We're always here for you. If you've got some concern about anything, reach out to the individual shows. If you've got questions, reach out to us through the email.
We're always accessible for you guys as well. So we are doing this for you. Like, we're a brand new organisation, so there will be teething problems, I'm guessing. But I mean, our show was pretty good in Sydney, don't you think?
Yeah, very good. That was pretty good.
So, and then we're just going to emulate it around the world. So, and then bring what we've built here in Australia to around the world, and I think you're in for a real treat. So,
and if you walk away from a show weekend and say, "Wow, that was such an amazing weekend," then we know we've done our job right.
And that's what we want.
Yeah.
So thanks again. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your trust in us. Thanks for tuning in. And guys, you've got final wrap up.
Yay, FMG!
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
We're out.